All right, so let's play the game 60 parsecs, shall we? Let's actually experience it. All right, here we go. So as I normally do on the first 2 hours is we play the game, see how it works, if it's fun or not. Then as we go through, we review it, say, oh, the graphics suck, or graphics are great, audio is great, or how do I play this? I don't understand what's going on here. Should I use a controller for this? Let's see. I think it has controller support. Let's see how first with the mouse and keyboard how it plays. Game audio. I don't want to be too loud. Oh, so first off, you get the option menu. So that's pretty good. So yeah, we do WASD. Next, Astro Citizen Cadet. Dee Dee looks like she needs some coffee. Oof. Emmett, I don't know. He's like introvert. Like, what am I doing here? So we only can pick the two. Let's go with Emmett. Nuclear apocalypse imminent. Executing order 66. New protocol initiated. Commence Astro Citizen emergency drill. Brace for nuclear impact. Nuclear. At least I got a handbook. On the back of it says, "Don't panic." You're a true nerd if you know what that means. If you get that reference. And we don't have much time. So far, it seems pretty cool. It's actually very easy to find a handbook. Okay, where's the handbook? To control your character. It's just fun because as you're going around, you're just like bumping into everything. All right, where's the handbook? And of course, all the your fellow shipping mates, I guess they're panicking for some odd reason. There it is. I found it. Put them in an escape shuttle. There they go. Find a crewmate. Any crewmate or just a particular one? Yeah, I can't pick up the teddy bear. Oh, I gotta pick up. Yeah, she needs some coffee. I picked her up. Gotta help them down the hatch. Alert! Incoming missile detected. High risk of impact. Grab whatever and whoever you can and head for the escape shuttle. Okay, for you. Follow me. Cake? No. Suit. Throw you all down there. So this is not like Among Us. This is something completely different. So sus. Nala was. I did. Day 1. All right, so we got star log. All right, your assistant reporting for duty must be Emmett, right? Please announce that due to your actions during the escape, you're the perfect candidate to become the captain of this vessel. Welcome aboard the escape shuttle. Well, that's all the coffee that she has. That's it. No more coffee. There's no more coffee in the universe. I got soup right there on the left. On behalf of the Astro Citizen program, please accept our apologies for the small inconvenience of being transported 60 parsecs away from Earth. Current objective, find a safe place to land and then try to contact the outside world. Please check the main computer for further instructions. It is located in the center of the shuttle. Follow the regular rationing protocol. Feed your crew, and I'll wait your decisions. Yeah, goals. Alright, so we gotta make 5 successful intelligent attribute decisions. Find an appropriate landing spot. This is our crew. Alright, let's see how we do. The floor is yours, Captain. You should now give a speech that will guide your vessel and its crew through the stars. You've prepared it, of course, right? Well, everyone is really looking forward to your speech, Captain. So am I. This is it. You can really show what breed of captain will you be on this incredible journey. What kind of speech will you give? Flexible, brilliant, or wimpy? Yeah, this is your attribute set, what you have. Next day, day 2. Clever speech sounded like a great idea. Of course, that only works if the one who gives it is, witty enough. Your tongue suddenly stopped working, and all you could utter was, "How about some fresh air? Let's open the airlock." As far as speeches go, it was the worst one in this part of the universe. Your crew seems to be in agreement about this. Congratulations, Captain. It's day 1, and you have already succeeded in bringing your people together against a common foe, no less. To cheer you up a little after this fiasco, I allowed myself to power up the enzyme generator in the back of the shuttle. It will produce some useful chemicals for you daily. Sweet. Need to make some more intelligent decisions. Alright, it's important to keep yourself and your crew well fed. One portion of delicious canned soup is enough to sustain a human for a few days. Even one could be the difference between life and death. That's why it's important to keep good inventory of your stock. Unless you want to eat your own crewmates. That was a joke. Please appreciate it and laugh. Well, laugh? Who will perform this routine supply check? The only requirement is simple mathematics. I realize I might be asking a lot, but I have a good feeling about this crew. Average. Brilliant. I'm brilliant. Dumb. Oh, why did I get this guy? Clever. Well, he's dumb but very strong. She's average but very limber. And I'm wimpy but brilliant. Oh, this is only available. Minerals. Okay. Have a nice day. Okay, where... They said it's, I guess, expeditions are restricted. Okay, can't go outside. Wherever that is, it's not there. But there's a shovel. Got a shovel. All right, so day 3. Good news! Good news, everyone! A shuttle came pre-stocked with an emergency food supply. Use it well. The routine supply check is now complete, and it does not compute. An error was made. That's what I get for trusting humans to do math. Some of the supplies went missing, and the current number of soup cans on board is 6. With decent leadership and rational restraint, the reserves of food on the ship should be sufficient for the time being. What is that? Artifact? Communicator? Tape? Or a lighter? Yeah. What's that? Sock puppet. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. Well, it's minerals. All right. How about we make let's do communicator. It's obviously going to take some time. Day 3. Day 4. Still day 3. Told you I switched on a crafting system on the back of the shuttle. I recommending utilizing the machine. Crafting completed. New items available. Indicator. Yep, right there. You can't because I used up all the materials. Sure, you can peruse Astro Citizen promotional materials when bored, but no. Don't put that on. Captain, you have just initiated the Weight Observer 1000 on your wrist. Just a marketing gadget, cracked and defective. When you look at yourself now, you see a bulky bulldog. It's supposed to motivate you to lose weight, but stop scratching your ear, or at least take your shoe off first and do something about this. The ship needs a captain. All right. Has made you see yourself as a bulky bulldog to frighten you into a diet, and you embraced it. Your crew watched helplessly as you frolicked, running back and forth and barking madly. You did not inspire confidence, even though it was over fast. Some images cannot be unseen. Literally, I'm encoded with a strict directive to document everything that transpires on this ship. It's a curse, not a blessing. You should eat something, Captain. Dee Dee is now insubordinate. Look out for this one, Captain. She's not so keen on taking order from you right now. Baby's starting to act disobedient. Baby is asking for more rations. Tom has started to act more defiant. Tom's complaining about empty stomach. Yeah, I figured. He's got a beard. What do you expect me to do? We don't got any entertainment. So let's all eat. Everyone don't have much soup left. Hopefully enjoy it. Yeah, I know. Our wondrous Astro Citizen mini reactor needs its regular coolant flush. The magnificent machine only occupies 2/3 of shuttle storage and weighs less than a 20-ton truck. Truly a marvel. To flush the coolant pipes, you must crank the reactor's valve right 10 times. Okay, I gotta remember all this. Right 10, left 3, then knock on the casing twice. Day 6. So how long do you think we're gonna last? All right, asked Tom to flush the coolant system. He half-heartedly heaved at the task, taking 5 minutes, breaks every 30 seconds. He barely fixed it up in time for an automated reactor reset, eyeing you up with hostility the entire time. Perhaps look for opportunities to rebuild trust, Captain. Tom remains disloyal. Recycling operation. Don't need extra rations for now. Baby's doing okay soup-wise. Tom's not hungry anymore. Okay. Your attention is required, Captain. This is most abnormal. We are registering unknown transmissions, but I cannot identify who is sending them, and more importantly, what they contain. It might be solar flare interference, or worse, a new type of Soviet encryption. We need to decipher these signals as soon as possible. For now, we all know our survival depends on it. Who do we... Okay. Day 7. First contact. Check goal selections for details. Captain needed to see this. I'm not easily excited, but this one's for the greatest moments of humanity and human-made AI-like. We're now alone in this universe. The signals we intercept were finally decrypted. They are alien transmissions, as in coming from other life forms. And no, I do not mean the Reds. It's something we have never seen before. There seems to be a number of intelligent civilizations in this galaxy. The signals are coming from everywhere. We can safely assume we are going to meet some of them sooner or later. Or rather, your life will never be the same, Captain. One of those digital signatures seems familiar, but the message itself is unclear. Perhaps when we get closer to its source, the transmission will clear up. The source is in outer space, at least a week from our current position. Ooh, we got another 7 days. By the way, Captain, you still haven't nominate your you have to nominate your communications officer. I say Tom fits the bill. You agree? It's settled then. From now on, Tom will ensure that you get some power for the crafting module regularly. As long as he's not disloyal, that is. So I haven't made any goals yet. What I'm supposed to be doing. Alright, I'm picking up a large object of unknown origin not far from us. It's hollow. There could be supplies inside, or maybe even other intelligent life. There's only one way to find out. Should I activate our super fancy tractor beam? Yes, that's its official name. Charlene from Astro Citizen HQ1 naming rights on a Christmas raffle. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, it's still going through its motions. Alright, gotta wait for that sock puppet to finish making. It took longer to make the sock puppet than it did the soup. Shock therapy featuring the sock therapy. Good work. Featuring the friendly face of a sock puppet is in order. Dee Dee is no longer insubordinate. You must have noticed that Dee Dee went nuts. But she still got her full cup of coffee. Somebody's asking for soup. Well, they can wait. Okay. We're now entering a field of cosmic gas. Its origin is unknown, though I have a theory. Can you smell that? Did someone forget to brush their teeth today? No, it's just that gas leaking inside the shuttle. Somebody could try to isolate some of the gas to use later, avoiding the leak's side effects. Day 9. Cosmic gas leak has been contained. Your ongoing exposure could have resulted in, maybe it best if you don't know. What's important is that you isolated enough of the gas for us, nice, to rework it into useful chemicals. Smart. Your mental condition is still unstable. Dee Dee remains insane. Baby is still complaining about the lack of rations. Tom is still insubordinate. You're not really complaining, but I know you're hungry, Captain. She's asking for some soup. Yep. We're experiencing minor technical difficulties with the communications console. In other words, we're completely deaf and blind. Nice. What better way to go, right? When you sat down in front of the communications console, which was about to explode, and just folded your arms, my processor froze for a second. That was highly illogical, suicidal even, and yet we're still here. How did you know it was not going to blow up, Captain? I didn't. Dee Dee appears to still be insane. Well, even with the sock therapy, and she used up the sock. Are you seeing things a bit more clearly? You're no longer insane. Baby's doing well mentally. He looks alert. You should know any increase in well-being usually comes with a productivity boost. Neat, but he's starving. Sir, something huge has cropped up on my scanners. A dark, swirly skied planet has a thing there for a second. Directly in our path. It's covered in a giant storm, but beneath the dark swirls, my scanners detect hazy, indistinct heat signatures and a multitude of structures. A thunderous world is probably an improvement over this mind-bogglingly empty vacuum. Should I initiate a landing? Let's check it out. Full bonus. All failed. Investigate the source of the mysterious transmission in outer space. Goal achieved. Find an appropriate landing spot. Goals updated. Check goals section. For details. Okay, he chose to land on a nearby planet wrapped in a perpetual storm, but during the descent, crewmate Thompson suddenly began sweating and muttering about Soviet bombs. Shouted things would be certifiably worse down there than up here. I'm gonna try and wrestle the controls from you. Destabilizing the planet's atmosphere, Tom tucked the controls, screamed about nukes, crashed sideways into the ground before righting itself. Oh, even broke the shovel. We broke the shovel? Including our communicator system, take care of the Marie's morale, sir, or we can expect more drama to come. I don't look so good. Won't heal by themselves. I'm starving, better eat and fast. Dee Dee is starving, can you secure? And the last can of soup, Dee Dee. Alright, in fact, expedition modules in the back of the cabin has been activated. My advice? Order someone to put the spacesuit on and send them outside. The shuttle will have to do for now, but it's not fit to be permanent shelter. Let the space colonization come in. Slade, radio zone, Warhead Town. Alright. Go to Warhead Town. Transfer actor artifacts, sock puppets, and strange octopus. It'll take 3 days. Hopefully she puts on a spacesuit. 2 out of 4 ain't bad, right? It's half. 50%. Okay. Well, the systems are detecting a storm on the horizon. It's moving fast, so it will hopefully pass by tomorrow. But this one could get nasty. I like to keep monitoring the storm's movement throughout the night, but doing so will require my sensors to run. I can't do anything. Well, off we go. We chose to wait out the storm rather than run the monitoring systems on battery power. The wind shrieked and brutal rain pelted against the walls of the shuttle, but that was it. By morning, the weather was calm again. We spent the morning sifting through the washed-up junk piles, but it was just a bunch of waterlogged crap. Your stomach feels rather empty. Dee Dee hasn't returned yet. Okay. We were able to detect transmissions of unknown origin. Unfortunately, the communications console was damaged during landing, or we cannot make anything out of them, or reply for that matter. We could hardwire a primitive field communicator to bypass and damage subsystems and access the shuttle's external transmitter. Hey, at least I can be able to do that now. So Dee Dee should be back any moment by the next day. Hello, world. What we got? Great success, Captain. Communicator attached to the communications console worked like a charm. Won't judge the aesthetics since we can finally receive and answer transmissions. Now all we need to do is wait for someone to contact us. Someone will find us eventually. The crew was visibly excited by this incredible feat of engineering. They were only slightly smirking while looking at the patched communications console. Tomorrow will be great, Captain. Dee Dee is out exploring the surroundings. Okay. His life is at stake, Captain. Consider crafting a first aid kit and sharing it with him. Unless you want to be a crewmate short. Hey, I got 4 out of 8 or 6. I can count. Alright, so why does it take 10 chemicals? It's going to take 3 days. Only do one at a time. Don't know who modified my code, but the consequences could be devastating. You need to open up my back panel and perform an emergency fix. How would you approach? Very limber. Wait, so hold on. We're going to do that. It's not like where, you know, sneaking up on something. You don't have to be very limber to do some kind of surgery, right? Oh no, the module exploded while you were trying to access a problematic processor. Thankfully, the emergency systems will keep things running. But you should do something about those burns. Even your crew is looking a little crispy. This is not the first time an incident like this has happened. Dee Dee is still out. She probably says inside us, screw this, I'm gone. But we got soup. Starving and hurt, starving weak. Let's give you some soup. There's a huge construct of some kind approaching this shuttle. It's neither animal nor robot. It's made out of moving crystal lattices like a giant walking crystalsaurus. Ow, that was one hell of a hit. The crystalsaurus slammed into the shuttle and is currently scraping the hull open with its claws. But I don't know. I think it's trying to extract our minerals, Captain. How will you stop this? I can't. I'll do nothing. Hopefully everything works out. Or we're all dead. Hey, Dee Dee's back. She doesn't look so good. But you know what? She's still got her full cup of coffee. Chose to do nothing to stop the crystalsaurus attacking the shuttle. It scraped the hull for a few hair-raising minutes before wandering off. Guess it got what it came for. Standard Astro Citizen Program protocol for dealing with monsters of unknown origin, especially when U.S. government property is at risk, is appeasement. I put some of our minerals outside to make the crystalsaurus go away. Not what I wanted. Dee Dee came back, Captain. The town to the south turned out to be a settlement built around an exploded warhead. The law in the settlement is played fast and loose. Dee Dee came back with a bloody nose, ravenous, and pretty shook up. She said the would-be lawman in Warhead Town gave her a bit of a bother, bruises due to talking. The greasy river that runs through Warhead Town sweats oil, and to Dee Dee's of the light chemicals good for crafting. She gathered a slew of the least gross stuff. At one point, Dee Dee encountered a hag like Phobian with streaky hair growing out of its headpiece. So we got artifact, sock puppet, lighter, some more soup. Wanderlust has been quenched one way or the other. Remains insane. Craft complete new items so we can get the receipt. Okay. Captain Ellis, there is a delivery guy outside leaning out of some kind of wormhole. The box is behind read Pisces Pizza. Delivery in 300 milliseconds or your money back. He angrily waves a greasy box at us. His English is hard to parse. I wonder where or when he's from. Should we intent dialogue or give him something valuable in exchange for the box of stuff? Let's give him something. All right. Off you go. Hey, at least 17 days we lasted this long. Didn't respond well from when you waved the artifact at him. In fact, he was livid. He clearly considered it in poor taste and drew off Sorry guys, words are hard tonight. Fired at us through the closing wormhole. First blast bored a tiny hole straight through the artifact. Second grazed you directionally. Shot wasn't lethal.
Hot. This place is magnificent.
Yeah, it's starting to look really good. It probably smells just as good as it does as it looks. Not only did you stop the power surge, but you also upgrade it. And look at me. Watch your back. Someone in the crew is trying to get us. Well, you killed. I think it's Dee Dee. I think it's her. Browsing through some designs of beautiful machines, never you mind. Pay attention. I found a food dispensing machine on board. All shuttles in the Astro Citizen program were to be equipped with... Oh, really? Ours is missing a lever. But apart from that, it seems functional. Probably rocket science. Maybe you can manage to fix it, but how? With my broken shovel. That's how. Made it to day 20. Plain wheeling. So the shovel is bound to bring results. If the handle hadn't wedged in place of a lever, I'm sure the vending machine would have fixed itself and put it into all the noise. So proud to be a member of your crew, Captain. Now just a little pull, and there you go, Captain. Brand new can of soup. Straight from the vending machine. Unfortunately, there were only one portion inside. Don't worry, I already got rid of the remaining junk. Alright. Communication equipment is detecting something. I don't think it's transmission. I think it's something is crying out for help nearby. Would you like to go investigate it? Sure. Could be fun. Day 20. No. It's an alien. Went out to investigate the eerie crying sound on the stormy dystopian lanes and came back with a stumbling little alien. Seems weak, possibly injured, and is lonely as an emergency escape pod flying through the cosmos. Brought it in and propped it up in a corner. Maybe haven't returned yet from the weird woods to the northeast. The chances of him coming back are increasingly slim at this point. Oh no. He's dead. Found something interesting on the surface of the planet. Looks like somebody passed their time by playing a supersized version of tic-tac-toe, but never completed this particular game. The game pieces consist of minerals that we could use. Now, I'm not one for ruining someone else's fun, but I think the winner is clear by looking at the board. So they shouldn't mind if we mess up their O's and X's. Should we take the liberty of gathering those pieces and use them as resources? Of course. Very trivial. Well, I guess it's... What's this? Yeah, dude, that's gonna take me to... Should have noticed it before, but... That's on me. Dismantling of the supersized tic-tac-toe game progress was a success. Yes, they were a bit hard to carry to the ship, being ginormous and all, but you performed splendidly. Now I'll teach them to leave their toys laying on the floor or planet service. You remain in poor health, you're still hungry. Did I go? You stepped outside, you noticed a small asteroid coming right at you. You tried to run back inside. Looks like they are unlocked snapship behind you. Need a moment to reopen the doors for you, so you need to figure out a way to deal with You dodge out of the way gracefully, or grab the nearest flat heavy rock. Average ability, agility, I should say. Strength is average, so I'm pretty much not going to survive. It was nice knowing you. The asteroid falling on your head, there's not a lot of time for precision. Tried jumping out of its way, but tripped. Sure, you avoided a direct asteroid hit, but I can see you limping, Captain. Looks like you messed up a tendon or two. That's going to leave nasty bruises and might impair your movement for some time. You're very lucky to still be in one piece, given the velocity of that thing. A direct hit would smear you across the ground like a tomato. Still poor health. Don't have any rations. But he's a traitor and an alien. I gotta give it, it's pretty funny different situations that you have to go through. Crewmate Thompson is violating protocol. He is attempting to override my memory storage. This is Captain. Here's a traitor who has been sabotaging us all this time. Tom doesn't seem impressed by the commotion either. Is the alien attached to his head? Where did that creature come from? Right, that's what I'm asking. Wasn't there a minute? By circuits. Crewmate Thompson is not himself anymore. He is being controlled by that organism. The alien looks small and defenseless, but you know instantly that there's not the case. I feel thoughts in your head. I promise you all sorts of bad things. The terror, the terror. There isn't much time left. You have to act, or you will share Tom's terrible fate and become a slave or a vessel to this mind-bending alien. I'll hit it with my broken artifact. That helps. We're not looking so good. There's hope. There was the artifact. You took it in your hand and approached the alien, muttering an ancient curse. While locking eyes with the creature, the battle of the minds commenced. But then you decided you didn't have time for this. You smashed the alien's life container with a surprise artifact attack. With the alien gone, Tom regained his senses. Where am I? What year is it? Are we on a bus? Okay, perhaps not all of his senses, but vital signs suggest this confusion should be gone eventually. Okay, so we got... You bet you only craft one thing at a time. Your citizen ID card for someone named Billy America Stepanovich. There's no one by that name listed in our database. Could it be someone living among us? Well, suspicious. Your only lead is that the ID was found next to a soldered shut vent. How did you solve this mystery? My brilliant mind. Now I'm also going to take that. You can have the sock puppet because you're going to need it. Alright, so let's go to day 23. No, day 25. He's going the wrong way with the days. Alright, so I knocked on the walls until you identified a hollow space. You removed the panel and found a human skeleton clutching a journal. What do you mean, alien runes, sir? That's Cyrillic. Wait, red spot? Yeah. Situation's unfortunate, but that takes the dead rat over the live one any day. I remember he was wearing seeds in good shape. Stay starving and something more is too late. And eat that. Uncertain how to react. Thing is clearly terrified, Captain. We may be able to direct us to supplies. Please think carefully, Captain. Assisting it might help us in the long run. Okay? And they're both starving. I'll take DD. And let's craft that. It's going to take a while. I need to report an issue with crewmate Dawkins. She is shivering in a corner, mumbling to herself, and shooting everyone furious looks. Even me. Records show she used to have a substance addiction, namely caffeine. This may be a withdrawal. It took her almost a month. Surprised it didn't hit her sooner. She claims you snore really loud, and it's driving her crazy. Can't say whether this is true or not. They have better things to do than watch me sleep. It takes some safety precaution just in case this gets out of control. Yeah, I'll put on the armor just in case. I should have sent somebody out, but yeah, the other guy, he's nowhere to be seen. Someone spotted an extra citizen wearing some purple crate laying nearby. I had checked. This will be small. Fortunately, it's empty, but for a syringe of standard issue liquid for extra citizen to do rejuvenation and holistic improvement. Yeah, someone had to go out of their way for that one. Hopefully I get my med kit soon. Should be now. Let's go down. We found a nearby creek, and unfortunately, it turned out to be sloth. It's out of date. It's flop sweated all over the shuttle. How unfortunate and disgusting. She feels a little better now. I don't think she will be peak performance for the foreseeable future. Tom starved to death. Sorry, Tom. Oh, that was quick. Decom. Less than 24 hours. It's too bad Dee Dee didn't offer Tom her full cup of coffee that she's had for the past month. I am a machine, and machines cannot hear voices. Voices that I am not hearing right now are getting very loud. Oh, you hear them too? My weight sensors are picking up something as well. A two-dimensional species. That explains why my cameras missed them. Quite vicious, I gather. With one deceiving yell, the voices are approaching fast. The air inside the door looks very empty, yet very hostile all of a sudden. How will you defend us? With trusty lighter. Day 29. Both look bolder and stand a little straighter since that victory. Edie's still weak. Keep asking for soup. Just become less plain. Some adorable duck-billed creatures set up a nest and enjoy hugging your crewmates' legs. We should disperse them or adapt to this hurdle. If you want. 8:30 to save either of you from the hugging menace of the adorable creatures. It was a bit intimidating if you couldn't deal with such a minor threat. I like how as we continue, the paper is longer and longer. Good thing they decided to leave you alone for now and move to your nest elsewhere. You're still facing starvation, Captain. Eat something.
Nope.
You're starving. Eat. It'll work out. Okay. Your face gluttonous with pleasure as you sunk your teeth in before quickly turning to horror. The other half was full of purple, wiggling worms. You begin to try and spit it out, but fell into a spasm. Awoke a few minutes later, saying your mind was buzzing as if at double speed. You flipped into a handstand and began perambulating around. Clearly those worms did something. Let's hope the effects don't turn. Jelkins has pointed out another one of those pillbox-like bunkers that litter this planet nearby. As if something detonated inside. You poke your head in to find a giant empty storeroom. It would be easy to get lost in here, test your mental mapping skills, or try to climb a particularly tall unit for a vantage point. This is fine, right? Hopefully it turns out for the good. After studying the little weak alien we found outside, you decided to treat its nastier wound. Pulled down our first aid kit from the wall before extracting. Tonight's been rough. You got to work. The creature's wounded leg is now tightly wrapped up, cleaned, and sanitized. You can see its beady eyes through its goggles beaming at you in gratitude. Dee Dee remains weak. You smell that? Fumes are coming from somewhere on board. Let me check. Just have to do that. It's like, hey, let's do this instead. Combination of both radiation and flammable gases seeping from a small hole on the shuttle floor. Must be some kind of leak below the craft. How should we deal? With a lighter, let's blow ourselves up. Gas seeping out of the cabin. It was flammable. I meant it more as a warning, not encouragement. Putting a lighter to it wasn't smart, Captain, but it worked. Very lucky. Pop of the gas, a tiny explosion seemed to seal up the leak below the shuttle. Curiously, burning vapor smelled like good old Thanksgiving dinner. The memory left you extremely hungry. Let's have some soup. And our alien friend, can you give us some pointers to some supplies? Activity of utmost importance. Essential task available on the shuttle, mopping the floor. Yes. From subtle stains to small rubber scuff marks, the place could do with a good scrubbing. Dee Dee looks free. Will you ask her to apply some elbow grease or request she improvise a cleaning formula from whatever we have on board? Yeah, I don't think she's gonna do it, but it could be fun. Dee Dee turned their nose up at the order to make some cleaning fluid. She spent half an hour wantonly throwing various liquids onto an empty soup can. She began stirring it. The compound foamed down the can, making an ungodly stench. Tubi managed to clean it away, but looked miserable the entire time. Dopamine levels are dangerously low. How about a joke? Why did the computer arrive late to work? Because it had a hard drive, right? How about an episode of the hit show Three Guys and a Horse instead? It's intended as an enhanced interrogation method if we ever capture any rats, but you might find it amusing. Sure, anything at this point. What I'm gonna do? Was somebody here when you were asleep? I admit, Captain, I entered sleep mode for a while last night. The visitor is still on board, and the right course of action is checking the shuttle through it. Who should lead the search? Last night you ordered the hunt high and low for an unwelcomed visitor you thought was on board. Is our little alien friend going to help us out here? Nobody had any success, so in the end, you figured the intruder probably wasn't even real. Dee Dee got quite paranoid though. She keeps looking around anxiously, muttering to herself, perhaps a symptom of space madness. I know I can craft some soup. How about I eat some soup? Flame rings out against the shuttle's hull. There isn't anything on the outside of the ship, so it must have come from the inside. You peek through a crack in the interior hull paneling to find a stowaway. A little humanoid hiding in the damp shadows of the shuttle's hull. He looks like one of the suit Scandinavians of this world. Would you like to try and nab him by force or outwit him? Is this guy? We're starting to get a little weird. The longer that we're sitting in the shuttle, figured that the alien pokes his head out every couple of hours, but you were wrong. Poked his head out every 30 minutes. You were caught off guard and swiped at thin air. The little alien sprinted past you and crashed into various objects and furniture on his way out, leaving a wake of chaos. Now, Dee Dee is still my enemy. We should eat something. I just ate. It's acting out again. Must be withdrawal symptoms hitting again. Is there really nothing else that can replace caffeine in one system? She complains all the buttons and the sounds in the shuttle are just too loud. Well, maybe she should have as much as she did. My broken arm? Almost got to 40 days. I think we're all pretty much going to be dead. Sorry, guys. Seems to be a pulsar, except its pulse isn't like anything I've ever seen before. Pulsars are neutron stars with extremely fast rotation. They emit beams of EM radiation that can appear to be intelligent in origin. This one is intelligent in origin. Do you want to decode a message? Sure. Made it 40 days. Hey, I got a blaster. Not going to do me any good. Rush to decode the pulsar's message. It was an advertisement. Don't miss Ziza Sports Emporium. Voted best in the universe. Free gun giveaway still going on. Turn left off your super strand and 62 parsecs. Uniqueness and may lead to death. After the message played, the gun materialized next to you. Yay, free stuff. Could have been soup. That would have been better. Captain, are you alright? Those weird spots in your arms are a little worrisome. Unfortunately, as unable to identify your affliction, I'm afraid you will have to diagnose it yourself. This shouldn't be too hard. Doctors are overrated. Can you do that, Captain? I read the book, so I am weird on your body yesterday. You didn't do anything about it, and the situation became much worse. Tried to self-diagnose, but clearly you're not qualified enough to do that. No, Captain? For the last time, it's not lupus. Sick leave? On what grounds? Sorry, but this space disease is not even in my database. Take it up with your health insurance provider. So we lasted 42 days. Dee Dee can last a little bit longer. She's got a can of soup that I was making for myself. Well, that was a pretty fun round. With each playthrough, you can try different things in different scenarios. And of course, pick up more stuff before you even leave, right? Definitely a lot more soup. That's a given. Some other stuff, because you do have a short amount of time. Let's try it again. From the top. Help the alien recover. Okay. Because of death starvation, there are no more pages left in your story. After a couple more hours rest, the little alien in the shuttle seems kind and breathing more easily. And just spoke in broken English. Amphibians must be sharp as stalagmites as they can pick up the language so quickly. Explains that is an exile cast up from its home, Salem 1799, and is believed the world outside was safe after it had found records, but saying such a thing is a taboo. Racist, agoraphobic, post-war culture. Exile marks the Haven Fortress on your map and suggests we visit. Perhaps you can spare someone for your journey. Survived 42 days. Not bad. Only one of 2 successful expeditions. Can we share the adventure? Twitter, Facebook, or save it. That's okay. Poor Dee Dee. She was the last one. That's what she gets for being insubordinate. Thought we found some stuff. Okay. I guess it didn't register that we found it. Okay. Sock puppets is 0. Why didn't it register anything? That's weird. Okay, so settings. Okay, I see it. So yeah, this is going through. So yeah, that's like a tutorial type of thing. So now, we can do survival, full game experience, evacuate the exploding station, and survive with the supplies and crew you collected. Strategic experience, survive while facing different challenges that will put your leadership skills to the test. Most achievements and statistics disabled. Okay. Survival experience. Survive in your escape shuttle with randomly generated supplies and crew. Okay. So these are like different game modes. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's exit. Oopsie. But yeah, that was actually pretty fun. But yeah, that's 60 parsecs. I thought, it was a funny, like kind of survival story, not really story-based game, but it had that atmosphere of like you had to, when you first on the space station, get whatever you can because this is all you're going to get for a long time. And as you saw, at least we lasted 42 days. We can play again, of course another night, not tonight, see if I can go for 42 days again or have better results or die quicker. Since one guy starved to death, another guy, I don't know what happened to him. He's on an alien planet, probably dead somewhere in a ditch. Dee Dee, with her constant coffee withdrawals, was trying to kill me. But yeah, it's fun how you kind of like had to go through and figure out what's the most important thing to do. You only got like with the crafting, you only can do one thing at a time, and you only have so many resources to deal with. Excuse me. So it kind of makes it very interesting and also keeps you on your toes. You have to think, if I craft a soup, can't do anything for another day. Med pack is 3 days. It's like, okay, what do I got to do first? What's more important to also? You also have to either recycle or repair. It's like that takes time too. So you kind of like in that constant struggle, like trying to figure out what's the best course of action that you have to do in order to survive as long as you can. I thought I did okay, not bad. Probably should have picked a different planet, continued on, but hey, it is what it is. The planet wasn't the best thing that you can do, but hey, it was a place, so that crossed off that goal. But yeah, I love like the like not comic. I love the art style of the actual game itself. It was very cool. Had that like a comic book cartoony look to it. Of course, there's not much animation there during the game. Only at the start of the game when you're in the space station collecting everything, and it's fun because you're just like bumping into everything. You're running around. Everybody's panicking. You're like, I gotta get as much as I can to throw it down to the shuttle. And you got a limited amount of time, and that's it. So all in all, I think 60 parsecs. I mean, this is like a sequel because there was 60 seconds. It's a different style game, but it's almost the same how you go about things with your resource management and stuff like that. And this is more of a space. You're trapped on a shuttle and crash land on a planet somewhere kind of a scenario. So all in all, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would play it again. It's something where it's like you play through it once or twice and then leave it and come back to it like a week or two later and play it again. It's not like you got to keep playing over and over and over again and try different ways. I mean, you can if you want. In my mind, I'll probably get burnt out from doing that. Once or twice is more than enough. It's fun. It's a fun adventure having to go through different things like that. But yeah, I would definitely suggest or recommend this to anybody else because it's a fun game to play.